Imagine being trapped inside your own body, alive, aware, screaming, but no one can hear you. Theo Brando thought he controlled everything, his empire, his reputation, the people around him. He built walls so high that even love couldn't climb them. And then, in one violent second, a car crash stole it all. Not his life. Something worse. His ability to prove he was still living it. Now he lies in a hospital bed, eyes closed, heart beating, mind screaming. The doctors call it a coma. But Theo knows the truth. He's awake. He hears every word, feels every touch, and he can't move a single muscle to tell them, "Stay with me until the end." This story will shatter you and rebuild you. And if you've ever wondered what people really think when they believe you can't hear them, hit like, subscribe, and don't look away, because what Theo discovers will change everything you thought you knew about love. The smell hits first. Antiseptic, cold, clinical. Then the sounds. Machines beeping in rhythm, footsteps echoing on linoleum, distant voices blurred like underwater whispers. Theo tries to open his eyes. Nothing. Tries to move his hand. Nothing. Tries to scream. Silence. His mind is a hurricane. His body, a tomb. What's happening to me? A voice cuts through the fog. Male. Formal. Doctor. Mr. Brando suffered severe trauma in the accident. Fractured ribs, internal bleeding, head injury. We've stabilized him, but the neurological damage is extensive. He's in a deep coma. We don't know if he'll ever wake up. Another voice. Female, shaking. But he's alive, right? He can still... Miss Azevedo, I'm sorry. Alive, yes. But conscious. We have no indication of brain activity beyond basic autonomic functions. For all intents and purposes, he's not in there. I'm right here. I'm right here. Theo wants to scream. Wants to grab that doctor by the collar and prove him wrong. But his body won't obey. Helena's voice again. Closer now. He can smell her perfume, expensive, familiar, suffocating. Can I stay with him? Of course. Take all the time you need. Footsteps retreat. A door closes. Silence. Then a sound Theo has never heard before. Helena is crying. Not the delicate, controlled tears she used to shed during their arguments. This is raw, guttural. The kind of crying that comes from somewhere deep and hidden. I'm sorry, she whispers. God, Theo, I'm so sorry. Her hand touches his, cold fingers, trembling. I wanted to leave you. I was going to leave you. The day before the accident, I had the letter written. I was just waiting for the right moment to... She chokes on the words. And now you're here. And I don't know if I'm crying because I'm scared you'll die or because I'm terrified you'll wake up. Theo's mind reels. Leave me? You don't know how hard it was, do you? Loving someone who never let me breathe. You wanted perfection, Theo. You wanted control, and I just wanted to be seen, not as an accessory, not as a project, just as me. Her voice cracks. But I never wished for this. I swear I didn't. She lets go of his hand and walks away. Hours pass, or maybe days. Time loses meaning in the dark. Theo hears fragments. His father's voice, cold, disappointed as always. He pushed too hard, I told him. No one can carry that much ambition without breaking. Business associates whispering about stocks, transitions, contingency plans. Someone from HR asking if his assistant needs psychological support. No one asks if he needs anything, because to them, he's already gone. Then, a new voice, soft, warm, unfamiliar. "Hi there, I'm Laura. I'll be taking care of you during the night shift." A hand rests on his arm. Gentle, different from Helena's touch. "I know you probably can't hear me, but I'm going to talk to you anyway. The doctor says it doesn't hurt, and honestly, I think it helps, not you, me." She laughs quietly. "I'm not supposed to say that, am I? But it's true. It's easier to talk to someone who can't judge you. Safer." There's the sound of a chair being pulled close. She sits. "Your room is nice, big windows. I opened the blinds a little, hope that's okay. I think people in comas should still get to feel the sunlight, even if they don't know it's there." Theo feels something shift inside him. Not physically, emotionally. She doesn't know who he is, doesn't know about the empire, the control, the reputation. To her, he's just a person. "You have visitors, you know. A beautiful woman. Fiancée, I think. She seems sad, and a man who looks like he carries the weight of the world. Best friend, maybe?" She pauses. But no one stays very long, and when they leave, you look even more alone. "I am alone." "Well, not tonight. Tonight you've got me." And for the first time since the accident, Theo feels something other than terror. He feels heard. Days blur into weeks. Helena visits less and less. When she does, she doesn't cry anymore. She just sits in silence, staring at him like he's a puzzle she can't solve. Bruno comes more often, Theo's best friend since childhood, his right hand in business, the only person Theo ever trusted. But now Bruno's voice sounds different, tired, frustrated. "I don't know what to do, man," Bruno says one afternoon. "Your father wants to take over the company. The board is getting restless, and Helena, she's falling apart, Theo. She won't admit it, but she is." He exhales slowly. "You were my brother, but you were also a storm, and everyone around you learned to brace for impact." A long pause. "I just wish you'd let people in before it was too late." Bruno leaves, and Theo is left with the echo of that truth. But every night, Laura returns. She talks about her day, about the old man in room 12 who keeps asking for his dog, about the coffee machine that only works if you kick it twice, about the rain that reminds her of her grandmother's garden. She reads to him, poetry, short stories, sometimes just the news, and one night she does something unexpected. She sings, softly, almost embarrassed, a lullaby, something old and tender. Theo feels warmth spread through his chest, not from the song itself, but from the fact that she thinks he deserves one. "Sorry," she whispers when she finishes. "I know that was silly, but you looked, I don't know, like you needed it." "I did. Good night, Theo. I'll see you tomorrow." And in the darkness of his mind, Theo makes a promise. "If I ever get out of this, I'll find you and I'll tell you that you saved me." But the next morning, everything changes. Helena walks in with Bruno, and Theo hears the conversation that will destroy him. "I can't do this anymore," Helena says. Her voice is steady now, resolute. "Helena, no, Bruno, listen to me. I loved him. I did. But he was killing me. Slowly. Every day. Every correction. Every time he looked at me like I was something he needed to fix. He didn't mean..." "Yes, he did." Silence. "I'm leaving, Bruno. I'm signing whatever papers need to be signed. I'm walking away, and I need you to understand. This isn't cruel. This is survival." Bruno's voice is quiet, pained. "He would want you to be happy." "No, he'd want me to stay, to be perfect, to be his." She takes a breath. "But I'm not his anymore." And she's gone. Theo feels something he's never felt before. Not anger, not betrayal, grief. Because she's right. He controlled her, suffocated her, made her shrink herself to fit into his vision of perfection. And now, trapped in this body, he can't even apologize. But then, a hand touches his. Laura's voice, gentle and certain. "I don't know what just happened, but I felt it, the way your heart rate spiked, the way your breathing changed." She leans closer. "You're in there, aren't you?" Theo tries. God, he tries, and his finger moves, just barely, but it moves. Laura gasps. "Theo?" He does it again. "Oh my God, you're..." She doesn't finish, because in that moment, Theo realizes something terrifying. If he wakes up now, he'll have to face the man he was, and he doesn't know if he's ready. Laura doesn't tell anyone. Not the doctors, not the nurses, not Helena or Bruno or anyone else who drifts in and out of Theo's room like ghosts passing through. She keeps his secret, and every night, when her shift begins, she closes the door behind her and sits in the chair beside his bed. "You're awake," she whispers. "I know you are." Theo's finger twitches. Once. Confirmation. Laura exhales, a mixture of relief and fear. "Why haven't you told them? Why haven't you opened your eyes?" He can't answer, can't explain that he's terrified of what comes next, that waking up means confronting everything he heard, everything he was. Laura seems to understand anyway. "You're afraid." Another twitch. She nods slowly, wrapping her hands around his. "Okay, then we'll take this slow, one step at a time." She squeezes gently. "Blink if you can hear me. Just once." Theo focuses every ounce of will into his eyelids. It feels like moving mountains, like dragging himself out of quicksand. But he does it. One blink. Laura's eyes fill with tears. There you are. Over the next week, they build a language. One blink for yes, two for no. She asks simple questions at first. "Are you in pain?" 2 blinks. "Can you feel my hand?" 1 blink. "Do you want me to keep talking to you?" 1 blink, stronger this time. Laura smiles. It's the first real smile Theo has seen in weeks. "Good, because I'm not great at silence." She settles into the chair, pulling a book from her bag. "I brought something new tonight, a novel. It's about a man who loses everything and has to rebuild his life from scratch." Seemed fitting. She opens the book, starts reading. And Theo listens, not just to the words, but to the rhythm of her voice, the way she pauses at emotional moments, the way she whispers the dialogue as if the characters are real. He's never been read to before, not as a child, not as an adult. It feels like being wrapped in something warm. But the outside world doesn't stop. During the day, Theo hears the fragments of his life unraveling. His father returns, this time with lawyers. "We need to discuss next steps," his father says coldly. "If Theo remains in this state, someone has to take control of the company. The board is getting impatient," a lawyer's voice responds. Detached, professional. "Given the medical prognosis, We can begin proceedings for a conservatorship. You, as his father, would be the logical choice. And the assets, the properties, all transferred under your oversight until such time as Mr. Brando recovers, if he recovers. Theo's heart rate spikes. He hears the machine beeping faster. The lawyer pauses. Is he? No, his father says quickly. Just a reflex, he's not in there. The conversation continues. Numbers, contracts, contingencies. His father speaks about him like he's already dead, and Theo realizes something sickening. His father isn't sad, he's relieved. That night, Laura notices immediately. Your heart rate's been elevated all day, she says, checking the monitor. Bad dreams or bad visitors? Theo blinks twice. No, not dreams. Laura sits down, her expression softening. I heard some of the conversations. Your father, the lawyers. She hesitates. I'm not supposed to say this, but they don't sound like people who love you. They sound like people managing a problem. One blink. Yes. Laura's jaw tightens. That's not right. You're not a problem. You're a person. She leans closer, her voice fierce and gentle at once. And I don't care what you were before this. I don't care if you were difficult or controlling or impossible. Right now, you're just someone who needs help, and I'm not going anywhere. Theo feels something break inside him, not painfully, like a dam cracking, like pressure finally releasing. If he could cry, he would. Laura seems to sense it. She rests her hand on his chest, right over his heart. It's okay, she whispers. You don't have to be strong right now. You don't have to be anything. And for the first time in his life, Theo allows himself to be vulnerable, even if no one else can see it. Days pass. His body starts responding more. A finger becomes a hand. A twitch becomes a slight turn of the head. Laura tracks every change in a notebook she keeps hidden in her bag. You're getting stronger, she says one night, cautiously optimistic. The doctors still don't see it. But I do. She pauses, biting her lip. Theo, when you wake up, really wake up, what are you going to do? He can't answer. Not in any way that makes sense. But Laura keeps talking, as if she's working through the question herself. I've been thinking about your fiancée, Helena. Theo's chest tightens. She came by yesterday, sat here for 10 minutes, didn't say a word, just stared at you. And when she left, she looked lost. Laura folds her arms, gazing out the window. I don't think she's a bad person. I think she's someone who was drowning, and you were the anchor. One blink, slow, painful. I'm not excusing what you did. I don't even know the full story, but I think she loved you. In the beginning, before things got complicated. She turns back to him. Do you still love her? Theo hesitates, then blinks twice. No. Laura nods quietly. No judgment, just understanding. Then what do you want? When you wake up, what do you want your life to be? Theo wishes he could speak, wishes he could tell her. I want to be different, I want to be better. I want to be someone worthy of the way you see me. But all he can do is blink once. I don't know yet. Laura smiles sadly. That's okay. You'll figure it out. But the next day, everything shifts again. Bruno visits, alone this time. He stands at the foot of the bed, hands in his pockets, staring at Theo like he's looking at a stranger. I don't know if you can hear me, Bruno says quietly, but I need to say this anyway. He exhales. You were my best friend, my brother, and I watched you become someone I didn't recognize. His voice hardens. You hurt Helena. You know that, right? She tried so hard to be what you wanted, and it was never enough because you didn't want a partner, you wanted control. Theo's heart rate climbs. Bruno notices. His eyes narrow. You were brilliant, Theo. Ruthless. Unstoppable. But you were also lonely, and you made everyone around you lonely too. He steps closer. I hope you wake up. I do. But if you do, don't come back as the same man. Because that man, he destroyed everything he touched. Bruno turns to leave, then stops. Helena's gone, by the way. She left the city, said she needed space to figure out who she is without you. The door closes, and Theo is left with the crushing weight of the truth. He didn't just lose Helena, he lost himself. That night, Laura finds him different. His breathing is shallow, his heart rate erratic. Hey, she says softly, taking his hand. What happened? Theo blinks rapidly, desperate. Laura's brow furrows. Someone said something, didn't they? Something that hurt. One blink. She sits down, her grip tightening. Listen to me. I don't know who you were before, but I know who you are now. And right now, you're someone fighting to come back. That takes courage. She leans in, her voice steady and sure. You're not the same person who went into this coma. You can't be, because that person never had to listen, never had to feel powerless, never had to see themselves through someone else's eyes. Theo's breathing steadies slightly. When you wake up, you'll have a choice. Be who you were, or become who you want to be. She squeezes his hand. And I'll be here. Either way. 2 days later, the doctors run new tests. Theo hears them talking in hushed tones outside his room. There's minimal improvement in motor function. Reflexes slightly more responsive. But cognitively are still no signs of consciousness. Laura stands in the corner, silent, watching. She knows the truth, and she's protecting him. But how long can she keep his secret? And more importantly, how long does Theo want her to? That night, she asks the question he's been dreading. Do you want to wake up? Theo doesn't blink, doesn't move, because the honest answer terrifies him. I don't know if I deserve to. Laura waits, patient, kind. And finally, Theo gives her the only answer he can. One slow blink. Yes. Laura exhales, relief flooding her face. Okay, then let's get you ready. Laura starts small. Every night after the other nurses finish their rounds, she closes the door and dims the lights. We're going to work on this together, she says, pulling her chair close. But you have to trust me. One blink. She smiles. Good. Now, let's start with your hand. She places her palm against his, fingers intertwined. Try to squeeze just a little, don't force it, just think about it. Imagine the feeling. Theo focuses, every nerve, every thought. His hand trembles. Then, barely, almost imperceptibly, his fingers curl around hers. Laura's breath catches. Yes, Theo, that's it. She doesn't let go, just holds his hand, tears streaming down her face. You're still in there, and we're going to bring you back. Over the next 2 weeks, they build a routine. Small movements, a finger, a toe, a slight turn of his head. Laura guides him through each one with the patience of someone who genuinely cares. Not about his money, not about his reputation, just about him. "You're doing amazing," she says one night after he manages to move his arm slightly. "The doctors still don't see it, but that's okay. This is ours." She pauses, her expression shifting. "Theo, when you wake up, there are going to be questions about why you didn't show signs earlier, about why the monitors didn't catch these improvements." Two blinks. He understands. "I know you're scared of what you'll have to face, who you'll have to become." She leans forward, her voice gentle but firm. "But hiding won't change what happened. It'll only delay it." One blink. "I know." Laura nods. "So, when do you want to do this? When do you want to open your eyes?" Theo hesitates, then blinks once. "Soon." But the world outside his hospital room doesn't wait. His father returns with the lawyers. This time the conversation is final. "The conservatorship is approved," his father announces. "Effective immediately, all assets, properties and business operations transfer to my oversight." A lawyer adds, "Mr. Brando's medical team confirms no significant improvement in cognitive function. Given the prognosis—" "He's not coming back," his father interrupts coldly. "Let's not pretend otherwise." Theo's heart rate spikes. The monitor beeps faster. His father glances at it, then looks away. "Just a reflex," he mutters. The lawyer clears his throat. "There is one more matter. The fiancée. Miss Azevedo signed the release forms. She's officially relinquished any claim to the estate." "Good," his father says. "One less complication." They leave, and Theo is left with a devastating realization. His father isn't taking over to help him. He's taking over to erase him. That night, Laura finds him different. His breathing is shallow, his entire body tense. "What happened?" she asks immediately, checking the monitors. Theo blinks rapidly, frantic. Laura sits down, taking both his hands. "Tell me." One blink for yes, two for no. "Did someone hurt you?" One blink. "Someone you trusted." One blink. Laura's jaw tightens. "Your father." One blink. Stronger. She exhales slowly, anger flickering in her eyes. "What did he do?" Theo can't explain. Can't tell her about the conservatorship, the lawyers, the coldness in his father's voice. But Laura seems to understand anyway. He's taking control, isn't he? Of everything. One blink. Laura stands, pacing. "That's not right. You're alive. You're conscious. He can't just—" She stops, turns back to him. "Theo, we have to tell them. The doctors, your lawyer, someone." Two blinks. Desperate. "Why not?" Theo doesn't know how to explain that he's not ready. That waking up means facing a father who sees him as a burden, a company that's already moved on without him, a life he doesn't recognize anymore. Laura kneels beside the bed, her voice soft but urgent. "I know you're scared, but if you don't wake up soon, they're going to bury you while you're still breathing." One blink. Slow. Painful. "I know." 2 nights later, something changes. Laura arrives for her shift and finds someone else in Theo's room. Bruno. He's sitting in the chair by the window, staring out at the city lights. Laura hesitates in the doorway. "Sorry," Bruno says without turning. "I didn't mean to intrude, I just needed to be here." "It's okay," Laura says quietly, stepping inside. I'm his night nurse. Bruno finally looks at her. His eyes are red, exhausted. You're the one who talks to him, aren't you? Laura nods. Bruno smiles faintly. The day staff mentioned it. Said you treat him like he's still here. He is still here. Bruno's smile fades. You don't know that. Yes, I do. Something in her tone makes Bruno pause. He studies her carefully. You really believe that? I don't believe it, Laura says firmly. I know it. Bruno leans back, rubbing his face. I want to believe it too, but I've been coming here for weeks and there's nothing. No sign, no response. Just silence. Laura glances at Theo. His eyes are closed, his body still. She wants to tell Bruno the truth, that Theo is awake, that he hears everything, but she promised. Sometimes people wake up when they're ready, Laura says carefully, not when we want them to. Bruno nods slowly. His father's taking over the company. Did you know that? Laura's chest tightens. I heard. Theo would hate it, Bruno says bitterly. He spent his whole life trying to prove he didn't need his father. And now, he trails off. Now his father's erasing him. Laura sits down across from Bruno. What was he like before? Bruno considers the question. Brilliant, driven, impossible. He laughs quietly without humor. He could see 3 moves ahead in any negotiation, could read people like books, but he couldn't connect. Not really. He kept everyone at arm's length, even me. Why? Bruno shrugs. Fear, maybe. Control. His father was the same way. Cold, demanding. Nothing was ever good enough. He looks at Theo. I think Theo spent his whole life trying to be better than his father, but he ended up becoming exactly like him. Laura's voice is gentle. People can change. Can they? Bruno asks. Or do they just become better at hiding who they really are? Before Laura can answer, Bruno stands. I should go, I wanted to say goodbye in case he never wakes up. He walks to the bed, rests a hand on Theo's shoulder. I'm sorry, brother, for not stopping you. For not telling you the truth when it mattered. His voice cracks. I hope wherever you are, you found peace. He leaves, and Theo feels something shatter inside him. Bruno thinks he's gone. Helena's already moved on. His father's taking everything. And the only person who still believes in him is a stranger who's seen him at his weakest. That night, Laura doesn't read. She just sits beside him, holding his hand in silence. I know you heard that, she finally says. And I know it hurt. One blink. But he's wrong, Theo. You're not gone. You're right here fighting. She squeezes his hand. And tomorrow, we're going to prove it. Theo's heart pounds. I'm going to tell the doctors. I'm going to show them you're awake. And then you're going to have to face everything you've been hiding from. 2 blinks. Frantic. I know you're not ready, but you don't have a choice anymore. Your father's moving forward. Bruno's saying goodbye. If you don't wake up now, there won't be anything left to wake up to. Laura leans closer, her eyes fierce and kind. I believe in you, but you have to believe in yourself too. 1 blink. Slow. I'll try. Good, Laura whispers, because tomorrow morning when the doctors come in, you're going to open your eyes. Theo's entire body tenses. Laura strokes his hand gently. I'll be right here, I promise. The next morning arrives too quickly. Laura stays through the end of her shift, standing in the corner as the medical team conducts their routine exam. The lead doctor checks Theo's vitals, shining a light in his eyes. No pupil response, no voluntary movement, same as yesterday. He starts to turn away, and Laura speaks. "Wait." The doctor pauses. "Yes?" Laura steps forward, her voice steady despite her trembling hands. "I think you should check again." The doctor frowns. "Miss Fernandez, please," Laura says. "Just one more time." The doctor sighs but complies, leaning over Theo. "Mr. Brando, if you can hear me, try to move your hand." Silence. Laura's heart sinks. "Come on, Theo. Please." The doctor straightens. "There's nothing..." And then it happens. Slowly. Deliberately. Theo's eyes open. The room freezes. The doctor stumbles backward, eyes wide. Oh my God! Theo's vision is blurred, the lights too bright, everything's spinning, but he sees her. Laura. Standing in the corner, tears streaming down her face, hand pressed to her mouth. "Mr. Brando," the doctor says, voice shaking, "can you hear me? Blink, if you understand." Theo blinks. Once. The room erupts, nurses rush in, monitors beep. Someone calls for the neurologist. But Theo doesn't look at any of them. He looks at Laura and mouths two words: "Thank you." Within the hour, the hospital transforms into controlled chaos. Doctors run tests, neurologists ask questions. Physical therapists assess motor function. Theo answers what he can. A blink, a nod, a weak squeeze. His voice hasn't returned yet. His body still feels foreign, but he's awake. "This is unprecedented," the lead neurologist says, reviewing scans. "The initial prognosis suggested minimal recovery chance, and yet it's a miracle," another doctor murmurs. Theo knows it's not a miracle. It's Laura. But she's gone now. Her shift ended, and no one thought to keep her. His father arrives within 2 hours. Theo hears him before he sees him, that clipped, authoritative voice cutting through the medical staff. "Where is he? I need to see him now." The door swings open. His father stands at the threshold, perfectly composed in an expensive suit, expression unreadable. For a moment they just stare at each other. Then his father steps inside, closing the door. "So," he says coolly, "you're back." Theo tries to speak. His throat burns. Nothing comes but a rasp. His father waves a dismissive hand. "Don't strain yourself. The doctors said your voice will return in time." He sits in the chair beside the bed, the same chair Laura sat in every night. It feels wrong. "I'll be honest, Theo. I didn't think you'd wake up." His father's eyes are cold, calculating. "But here you are, against all probability." Theo manages a single word, broken and hoarse. "Why?" "Why what?" "Why take everything?" His father's expression doesn't change. "Because someone had to. The company was in chaos, the board was panicking, you were incapacitated." He leans forward. "I did what needed to be done, what you would have done." Theo's chest tightens. His father stands. "You'll get your strength back, and when you do, we'll discuss the transition. But for now, rest." He moves toward the door. "Oh, and Theo..." He pauses. "Don't expect things to return to how they were. The world moved on without you. Accept that." And he's gone. Theo spends the rest of the day in physical therapy. It's humiliating. He can't walk, can barely sit up. His hands shake holding a cup. This is normal, the therapist says. Your muscles atrophied. It'll take weeks, maybe months, to regain full function. Weeks, months. How much has changed? What else has his father taken? What else has he lost? That evening, Bruno visits. He stands frozen in the doorway, staring at Theo like seeing a ghost. They said you woke up, Bruno says quietly. I didn't believe it. Theo tries to smile, it comes out crooked. Bruno steps inside slowly. How do you feel? Theo's voice is barely a whisper. Like I died and came back wrong. Bruno's expression softens. He sits. You scared the hell out of me, man. I'm sorry. Bruno shakes his head. Don't. Silence stretches. Finally, Bruno speaks. Your father's already moving pieces, restructuring the board, renegotiating contracts. By the time you're back on your feet, there won't be anything left. Bruno looks away. I tried to slow him down, but he has legal authority. The board's not fighting it. Theo's jaw tightens. And Helena? Bruno's face clouds. She's gone. Left the city 2 weeks ago. I don't know where. Theo nods slowly. He expected that, but it still stings. She left a letter, Bruno adds hesitantly. For you. I have it. No. The word comes out sharper than intended. Bruno doesn't push. Finally, he stands. I should go. He pauses at the door. Theo, I meant what I said before, about who you were, but I'm glad you're alive. Whatever happens next, I'm glad you got a second chance. And he leaves. A second chance. But for what? Laura returns that night. Theo hears her footsteps before he sees her, that familiar, gentle rhythm. She appears in the doorway, still in scrubs, eyes red and exhausted. Hi, she says softly. Theo's chest tightens. Hi. Laura steps inside, closing the door. I heard you've been awake all day, talking, moving. Barely. She smiles faintly. It's more than yesterday. She sits in the chair, her chair, and for the first time, Theo sees her clearly. Dark hair pulled back, tired eyes, hands that held his through the worst. She's beautiful. Not in the polished, perfect way Helena was, in a real way, a human way. You kept your promise, Theo says. Laura nods. I told you I'd be here. Theo swallows hard. Why? Why what? Why did you care? You didn't know me. Laura considers the question. I didn't know who you were before, but I knew who you were in that bed. Alone, scared, fighting. She leans forward. And that person deserved someone in their corner. Theo feels something crack inside him. I heard everything, he whispers. Helena, Bruno, my father, everything they said about who I was. Laura doesn't look away. And they were right. His voice breaks. I was terrible, controlling. I hurt people. Stop. Laura's voice is firm but kind. You were those things, past tense. But you're not in a coma anymore, Theo. You have a choice now. What choice? Who you become next. Theo stares at her. I don't know. How to be different. Laura smiles sadly. Nobody does. You just start. one decision at a time. She reaches out, taking his hand. And you don't have to do it alone. Theo looks down at their intertwined fingers. You should stay away from me. I'll just ruin this too. Laura squeezes his hand. That's not your decision to make. Laura, I'm not some fragile thing you can protect by pushing away. I'm a grown woman who knows exactly what she's doing. She leans closer. I saw you at your lowest, and I'm still here. That should tell you something. Theo's throat tightens. Why? Because everyone deserves a second chance, Laura says simply. Even you. Over the next week, Theo's body slowly remembers how to function. He can sit up without help, hold a cup without spilling, walk a few steps with a cane. But the progress is agonizing. Every movement is a battle. His father visits twice more. Each time the conversations are brief, clinical. The board wants assurances, his father says. They need to know you're capable of resuming duties. I will be. When? Theo doesn't have an answer. His father's expression hardens. Then they'll need someone else. You mean you'll need someone else? His father stands, smoothing his suit. I'm doing what's best for the company. What you should have done, put business before ego. This isn't business, Theo says, voice shaking. This is you finally getting what you always wanted. His father pauses at the door. What I wanted was a son who didn't destroy everything he touched. And he's gone. That night, Laura finds Theo sitting by the window, staring out at the city. You're supposed to be resting, she says gently. Can't sleep. Laura sits beside him. What's wrong? Theo exhales slowly. My father's taking everything, and I can't stop him. Do you want to stop him? Theo turns to her, surprised. What? Laura's expression is thoughtful. Do you want your old life back? The company, the control, the power? Theo opens his mouth, then closes it, because he doesn't know. I thought that's who I was, he says finally. But now you're not sure. Theo nods. Laura reaches out, taking his hand. Then maybe this is your chance to figure out who you actually are, without the empire, without the expectations. I don't know how to be no one. You're not no one, Laura says firmly. You're Theo, just Theo, and that's enough. Theo looks at her, really looks at her, and for the first time since waking up, he feels something other than fear. He feels hope. Will you help me? He whispers. Laura smiles. I already am. But the next morning, everything changes. A lawyer arrives, not his father's, someone else. Mr. Brando, the man says, setting a briefcase down. I represent Miss Helena Azevedo. Theo's chest tightens. She's suing me. No, she's returning something. He pulls out a folder, opens it. Inside is a letter, handwritten and legal documents, signed by Helena, relinquishing all claims. Theo stares, stunned. Why? The lawyer's expression softens. She said you'd understand when you read the letter. He leaves. Theo is left holding the envelope. His hands shake as he opens it. Theo, by the time you read this, you'll be awake, and I'll be gone. I'm not coming back. Not because I hate you, but because I finally learned to love myself more. You weren't a monster. You were just lost. and I was too weak to walk away until I had no choice. I'm giving everything back because I don't want it. I never did. I just wanted you to see me. I hope you find peace. Real peace. The kind that doesn't come from control. Goodbye, Theo. Helena. Theo's hands tremble. The letter falls to his lap, and for the first time since the accident he cries. Not from pain, from release. The weeks that follow are quiet. Theo focuses on physical therapy, walking without the cane, strengthening his grip, rebuilding what the coma took. His father stops visiting. The board finalizes the transition. His father is now CEO, officially. Theo receives the paperwork in the mail. He signs it without reading. Bruno calls twice. Theo doesn't answer. Helena doesn't reach out again. And slowly, the world that once revolved around him forgets he exists. But Laura doesn't. She still works nights, still stops by his room, even though he's no longer her patient. You don't have to keep coming, Theo says one evening. Laura sits down anyway. I know. Then why? She shrugs. Maybe I like the company. Theo looks at her. Really looks. You should be with someone. Better. Laura laughs softly. Better how? Richer, more powerful? Someone who isn't broken. Laura's smile fades. She leans forward. Theo, everyone's broken. Some people just hide it better. She reaches for his hand. You're not broken. You're healing. There's a difference. One night, Laura brings something different. A small notebook, worn, filled with handwritten pages. What's that? Theo asks. A journal, Laura says. I've kept one since I was a kid. She flips through the pages. Whenever I felt lost, I'd write. Not for anyone else, just for me. She hands it to him. Maybe it'll help you too. Theo stares at the blank page she's opened to. I don't know what to write. Anything, Laura says. The truth. The lies you told yourself. What you're afraid of. What you hope for. She stands. You don't have to show me. Just try. And she leaves him with the notebook. That night, Theo writes. Not eloquently, not perfectly, just honestly. I don't know who I am anymore. I thought I was the company, the success, the control, but all of that's gone now, and I'm still here, so who am I? He pauses, pen hovering. I hurt people. Helena, Bruno, everyone who got close. I thought I was protecting myself, but I was just afraid. Afraid of being weak, of being vulnerable, of being seen. And now I've lost everything I thought mattered. Except one thing. Laura. She sees me, the real me, and she's still here. I don't deserve that, but I want to. He closes the notebook, and for the first time in months, he sleeps without nightmares. The next week, Theo is discharged. No fanfare, no celebration, just a nurse handing him discharge papers and a follow-up appointment card. You'll need physical therapy 3 times a week, she says, and psychological counseling is recommended. Theo nods. Where will you go? The nurse asks. Theo hesitates. He hasn't been to his penthouse since the accident, hasn't even thought about it. I don't know. The nurse gives him a sympathetic smile. Well, good luck, Mr. Brando. She leaves, and Theo stands in the hallway, holding a small bag of belongings, alone. Then he hears footsteps. Laura appears around the corner, still in scrubs. Thought you might need a ride, she says. Theo's throat tightens. You don't have to. I know, Laura interrupts, but I'm offering anyway. They drive in silence. Laura's car is old. The heater barely works. The radio plays static-filled music. But it feels real. Where to? Laura asks. Theo looks out the window. I don't know. Laura glances at him. Your penthouse? No. The word comes out fast, final. I can't go back there. Not yet. Laura nods slowly. Okay. Then where? Theo thinks. Somewhere. Quiet. Somewhere I can think. Laura drives for another 20 minutes, then pulls into a small parking lot. Where are we? Theo asks. Laura smiles. My place. Her apartment is small, one bedroom, a tiny kitchen, books stacked everywhere. But it's warm, lived in, human. I know it's not much, Laura says, setting her keys down. It's perfect, Theo whispers. Laura turns, surprised. You can stay on the couch, she says quickly. Just for tonight, until you figure things out. Theo nods. Thank you. Laura smiles. You're welcome. That night, Theo lies on the couch, staring at the ceiling. He hears Laura moving around in the next room, water running, soft footsteps. It's strange, being in someone else's space, depending on someone, but it doesn't feel suffocating, it feels safe. The next morning, Laura makes coffee. Theo sits at the small kitchen table, watching her move through the routine. How'd you sleep? She asks. Better than I have in months. Laura smiles. Good. She pours 2 cups, sits down across from him. So, what's the plan? Theo exhales. I don't have one. Then let's make one. Laura pulls out a notepad. Step 1, physical therapy. You're still weak. Theo nods. Step 2, figure out what you actually want. Not what your father wants, not what the company needs, what you want. Theo stares at the notepad. I don't know what that is. Then we'll figure it out together. Laura's voice is steady, certain. Step 3, let yourself heal. Really heal, not just physically. She looks at him. You've spent your whole life running, from your father, from yourself, from feeling anything real. Theo's chest tightens. And now? Now you stop running, Laura says simply. Over the next month, Theo rebuilds. Not his empire, not his reputation, himself. He goes to physical therapy, regains strength, learns to walk without limping. He goes to counseling, talks about his father, about Helena, about the man he used to be. And slowly he starts to understand. He wasn't powerful, he was scared. He wasn't strong, he was fragile. And all the control, all the walls, they were just armor. One evening, Laura finds him sitting on her balcony, staring at the city. Penny for your thoughts? She asks. Theo smiles faintly. I talked to my therapist today. Yeah? She said, I spent my whole life trying to be my father and hating myself for it. Laura sits beside him. And now? Now I'm trying to be me. Who's that? Theo looks at her. I'm still figuring it out. Laura smiles. Good. That means you're doing it right. But that night, something shifts. They're sitting on the couch, watching a movie neither of them is paying attention to. And Theo realizes something. He's happy. Not the hollow, achievement-driven satisfaction he used to feel. Real happiness. Quiet. Simple. He turns to Laura. "Can I ask you something?" "Of course." "Why are you doing this? Really?" Laura pauses the movie, turns to face him. "Because I see you, Theo, not the billionaire, not the CEO, just you." Her voice is soft. "And I think you're worth it." Theo's breath catches. "I don't know if I am." "You are." Laura reaches out, touching his face gently. "You just have to believe it." And before Theo can think, before he can stop himself, he kisses her. Soft, tentative, afraid she'll pull away, but she doesn't. She kisses him back. And for the first time in his life, Theo feels something pure. Not desire, not possession, connection. When they finally pull apart, Laura's eyes are bright. "Theo, I'm sorry," he says quickly. "I shouldn't have." "Stop." Laura takes his hand. "I wanted you to." Theo stares at her. "But I'm still broken. We're all broken," Laura whispers. "But maybe we can be broken together." Theo's eyes fill with tears. "I don't deserve you." "Maybe not," Laura says with a small smile. "But you're stuck with me anyway." That night, Theo writes in the journal, "I'm not who I was. I'm not who I thought I'd be, but maybe that's okay. Maybe I can be someone new, someone better, someone worthy of love." He closes the notebook and sleeps beside Laura for the first time. Not as a billionaire, not as a broken man, just as Theo. 3 months pass. Theo gets a job, not at a corporation, not in a boardroom, at a community center, teaching business skills to young entrepreneurs who can't afford formal education. The pay is minimal. The office is a converted storage room. But when a kid looks at him with hope in their eyes, asking how to build something from nothing, Theo feels something he never felt running an empire. Purpose. Laura watches him transform. Not overnight. Not dramatically. Slowly. Quietly. He laughs more, smiles without effort, sleeps without nightmares. One evening she comes home to find him cooking. "You cook?" she asks, surprised. Theo looks up, embarrassed. "Badly, but I'm trying." Laura tastes the pasta. It's over-salted and slightly burned. "It's perfect," she says, and she means it. But the past doesn't disappear. One afternoon, Theo receives a call. "Bruno." "We need to talk," Bruno says. "In person." They meet at a small cafe. Neutral ground. Bruno looks older, tired. "Your father's destroying the company," Bruno says without preamble. "He's gutting departments, firing long-term employees, prioritizing short-term profits over everything you built." Theo stirs his coffee. "That's not my problem anymore." Bruno leans forward. "Yes, it is. You have shares. You have influence. You could stop this." "I don't want to stop it." Bruno's face hardens. "So you're just giving up, walking away?" "I'm letting go," Theo says quietly. "There's a difference. The company was your life." "No," Theo interrupts. "The company was my prison, and I'm finally free." Bruno stares at him. "You've changed." "I hope so." Silence stretches between them. Finally, Bruno speaks. "I miss you, man. The real you. Not the version your father created." Theo's chest tightens. "I'm right here." Bruno nods slowly. "Yeah, I see that now." He stands. "If you ever want back in, the door's open." "I won't," Theo says. "But thank you." Bruno hesitates, then extends his hand. Theo shakes it and watches his best friend walk away. That night, Laura finds Theo on the balcony again. "You okay?" she asks. "Bruno came by. And he wants me to come back to fight for the company." Laura sits beside him. "What do you want?" Theo looks at her. "This. You. A life that's mine." Laura smiles. "Then that's your answer." But 2 weeks later, everything shifts again. Theo receives a letter from his father. He almost throws it away without reading, but something stops him. He opens it. "Theo, I'm dying. Stage 4 pancreatic cancer. The doctors give me 6 months, maybe less. I'm writing because I need to say something, while I still can. I was wrong. About you. About what I wanted you to be. I pushed you to be strong, to be ruthless, to never show weakness. Because that's what my father did to me, and I thought I was helping you. But I wasn't. I was hurting you. You became everything I wanted, and it destroyed you. I'm sorry. I don't expect forgiveness. I don't deserve it. But I wanted you to know the company is yours if you want it. I'm stepping down, effective immediately. But if you don't want it, I understand. Be happy, son. That's all I should have ever wanted for you. Dad." Theo reads the letter 3 times. His hands shake. Laura appears in the doorway. "Theo?" He hands her the letter without a word. She reads it. Her expression softens. "What are you going to do?" Theo exhales slowly. "I don't know." That night, they talk, really talk, about his father, about forgiveness, about what it means to let go. "He hurt you," Laura says gently. "You don't owe him anything." "I know." "But," Theo looks at her, "but he's still my father, and he's dying." Laura takes his hand. "Then you need to decide, not what's right, not what's expected, what you need." Theo closes his eyes. "I need closure." "Then go see him." The next day, Theo visits his father. The house is the same, cold, sterile, enormous, but his father looks different. Thin, pale, smaller somehow. "Theo," his father says, voice weak, "you came." "I came." They sit in the study, silent at first. Finally, his father speaks. "I meant what I wrote. Every word." Theo nods. "I know." "Can you forgive me?" Theo looks at his father, really looks, and sees something he never saw before. Fear, regret, humanity. "I don't know," Theo says honestly, "but I'm trying." His father's eyes fill with tears. "That's more than I deserve." They sit in silence, not comfortable, but real. "The company," his father begins. "I don't want it," Theo says. His father blinks, surprised. "But it's yours, everything I built." "You built it," Theo interrupts gently. "Not me. And I don't want to spend my life maintaining something that made me miserable." "Then what do you want?" Theo smiles faintly. "To be happy. To help people. To love someone who sees me." His father stares at him. "You've changed." "I had to." His father nods slowly. "I'm proud of you." The words hit Theo like a punch. He's waited his whole life to hear them, and now they mean something different. "Thank you," Theo whispers. They talk for 2 hours about the past, about mistakes, about what could have been. When Theo leaves, his father walks him to the door. "Will you come back?" his father asks. "Yes," Theo says. Not for the company, for you. His father's face crumbles. Thank you. Theo leaves, and for the first time he doesn't feel anger toward his father. He feels peace. Laura is waiting when he gets home. How was it? She asks. Hard, but good. She hugs him. I'm proud of you. Theo holds her close. I couldn't have done it without you. Laura pulls back, looking at him. Yes, you could, but I'm glad you didn't have to. That night, Theo writes in the journal. I saw my father today. He's dying. And I realized something. Forgiveness isn't about forgetting, it's about letting go of the weight. I'm not healed yet. Maybe I never will be completely, but I'm learning how to be vulnerable, how to love, how to be enough. And I think that's all anyone can do. He closes the notebook, looks at Laura sleeping beside him, and feels grateful, not for what he had, for what he has now. The next morning, Theo makes a decision. He calls Bruno. I'm not coming back to the company, Theo says, but I want to do something with my shares. What? Create a foundation for young entrepreneurs, people who need a chance. Bruno is quiet. That's actually brilliant. I'll need help setting it up. I'm in, Bruno says immediately. Theo smiles. Thank you. No, man, thank you for showing me there's more than just the grind. Over the next month, they build it. The Brando Foundation. Not a monument to ego. A real resource. Mentorship. Funding. Support. Laura helps design the programs. Bruno handles logistics. And Theo does what he does best now. He listens. He connects. He helps. 6 months later, his father passes. Quietly. Peacefully. Theo is there, holding his hand. I'm sorry, his father whispers at the end. I know, Theo says, and I forgive you. His father smiles and closes his eyes for the last time. At the funeral, Theo speaks. Not about business, not about success, about humanity. My father taught me to be strong, Theo says, but he forgot to teach me to be kind, to be vulnerable, to be human. He looks at the crowd. I spent my life trying to be him, and it broke me. His voice cracks. But I'm not broken anymore. I'm healing, and I'm grateful. He steps down. Laura is waiting. She takes his hand. You okay? Theo nods. Yeah, I am. 1 year later, Theo stands in front of a small classroom. 20 young faces stare back at him, eager, hopeful, hungry for something better. Starting a business isn't about having money, Theo says. It's about having vision, and more importantly, having heart. A girl in the front row raises her hand. But how do you know if your idea is good enough? Theo smiles. You don't. You just have to believe in it enough to try, and be willing to fail. He pauses. I failed. Spectacularly. Lost everything I thought mattered. The room is silent, but I gained something more valuable. I gained myself. After class, a young man approaches. Mr. Brando, I just wanted to say, thank you. My family didn't believe I could do this, but you did. Theo's chest tightens. Keep going, he says. You're going to do great things. The young man nods, eyes bright, and walks away. Laura appears in the doorway watching. You're good at this, she says. Theo turns to her. I'm trying. You're succeeding. They walk home together, not to his old penthouse that's been sold, to their apartment. Small, modest, theirs. I got a call today, Laura says as they walk. From the hospital. Theo glances at her. They want me to lead a new program. Training nurses in palliative care. That's amazing. Laura smiles. It means longer hours, more responsibility. You'll be incredible. She looks at him. You really believe that? I know it. Laura stops walking, takes both his hands. How did I get so lucky? Theo laughs softly. I was going to ask you the same thing. That night, they sit on their balcony. The city sprawls below, lights flickering like stars. Do you ever miss it? Laura asks. The empire. The power. Theo thinks about it. Sometimes, he admits, but not the way you'd think. How then? I miss the version of me who thought that's what mattered, because he was so certain, so sure. He looks at her. Now I'm not sure of anything, except this. Except you. Laura rests her head on his shoulder. That's enough. But the past doesn't stay buried. 2 weeks later, Helena calls. Theo stares at the phone, debates not answering, then picks up. Hello? Theo. Her voice is different, lighter somehow. I hope it's okay that I'm calling. It's okay. Silence. I heard about your father, I'm sorry. Thank you. More silence. I also heard about the foundation. What you're doing, it's beautiful, Theo. Theo's throat tightens. I'm trying to be better. You are better, Helena says softly. I can hear it in your voice. A pause. I'm getting married, she adds, to someone kind, someone who sees me. Theo smiles. I'm happy for you. Really? Really? Helena exhales. Relief, gratitude, closure. I forgave you a long time ago, Theo. I just needed to forgive myself too. For what? For staying as long as I did. For letting you make me small. Theo closes his eyes. I'm sorry. For all of it. I know, and I've moved on. But I wanted you to know. I'm glad you found your way. So am I. They talk for a few more minutes, about nothing important, and when they hang up, Theo feels something shift. The weight he'd been carrying, guilt, regret, shame, finally lifts. That night, Laura finds him quiet. What's on your mind? She asks. Helena called. Laura's expression shifts, not jealous, just curious. How was it? Good. She's happy, getting married. Laura nods. How do you feel about that? Theo looks at her, relieved, grateful, free. Laura smiles. Good. She sits beside him. You know what I think? What? I think you've been waiting for permission from your father, from Helena, from everyone you hurt. Theo frowns. Permission for what? To forgive yourself. The words hit him like a wave. Laura takes his hand. You've apologized, you've changed, you've built something beautiful, but you're still punishing yourself. Theo's eyes fill with tears. I don't know how to stop. Then let me help you. Laura stands, pulling him up. Come with me. She leads him to the small desk in the corner, opens the drawer, pulls out his journal. Read the first entry, she says. Theo hesitates, then opens it. I don't know who I am anymore. Now read the last one. He flips to the most recent page. I'm learning to be enough. Laura looks at him. You're not the same person who wrote that first entry. You're not even close. Theo stares at the pages. So why do I still feel like him? Because healing isn't linear, Laura says gently. Some days you'll feel whole, some days you'll feel broken. That's okay. She touches his face. But you're not that man anymore, and you don't have to keep punishing him. Theo's tears fall freely now. I'm scared. Of what? That I'll go back, that I'll become him again. Laura shakes her head. You won't, because you have something he never had. What? People who love you, not your success, not your power. You. She kisses him softly, and that's enough. 6 months later, Theo proposes, not in a fancy restaurant, not with a grand gesture, on their balcony, at sunset, with a simple ring. I don't have much to offer, Theo says, voice shaking. No empire, no mansion, just me. Laura's eyes fill with tears. That's all I ever wanted. Is that a yes? Yes. 1,000 times yes. They kiss, and the city lights blur around them. The wedding is small. Bruno is there. A few colleagues from the foundation, Laura's family. No press, no spectacle. Just love. When Theo says his vows, his voice breaks. I was lost for so long, buried under expectations and fear. But you found me. In the darkest moment of my life, you saw something worth saving. He looks at Laura. You didn't fix me. You helped me fix myself, and I will spend every day of my life being worthy of that gift. Laura's tears fall freely. You already are. 2 years later, the foundation thrives. Hundreds of young entrepreneurs have been helped. Dozens of businesses launched. Theo still teaches, still mentors, still shows up, not as a billionaire, as someone who understands failure and resilience and second chances. One evening he receives a package, no return address. Inside is a letter and a photo. The photo is old, Theo and his father. Before everything went wrong, they're smiling, real smiles. The letter is short. Found this in your father's office. Thought you should have it. Bruno. Theo stares at the photo. Remembers that day. The rare moment his father seemed proud. He tapes it to the fridge, not as a reminder of who he was, but of where he came from. Laura comes home, sees the photo. That's a good one, she says. Theo nods. Yeah, it is. She wraps her arms around him from behind. You okay? Better than okay. Laura kisses his cheek. Good. Because dinner's burning. Theo laughs. I'll fix it. That night, Theo writes one last entry. I used to think success was measured in power, in control, in never showing weakness, but I was wrong. Success is measured in moments, in connections, in the people who stay when you have nothing left to offer. I lost everything and found myself. I'm not perfect, I never will be, but I'm enough. And for the first time in my life, I'm happy. He closes the journal, looks at Laura sleeping beside him, and knows he's finally home. 5 years later. Theo stands in front of a crowded auditorium. Students, entrepreneurs, dreamers. People ask me what success looks like, he says. They expect me to talk about money, achievement, status. He pauses. But real success? It's waking up next to someone you love. It's helping someone believe in themselves. It's forgiving the people who hurt you, including yourself. He looks out at the crowd. I spent years chasing the wrong things, building walls instead of bridges, And I lost everything. His voice softens. But in losing everything, I found what actually mattered. The room is silent. So my advice, don't wait for a coma to wake up. Don't wait to lose everything to realize what you have. He smiles. Live now. Love now. Be human now. Applause fills the room. Afterward, Laura waits in the hallway. That was beautiful, she says. Theo takes her hand. I meant every word. They walk out together, into the evening, into their life. And Theo realizes something. He's not running anymore. He's home. Some riches can't be bought. They're earned by the heart. If this story moved you, touched your soul, or made you believe in second chances, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear that it's never too late to change. Leave a comment below. Would you forgive someone like Theo? Do you believe people can truly transform? Your support helps us bring more stories of love, redemption, and hope. Thank you for being here until the very end.